Hello Yetis, it's Dylan from Sweaty Yeti Central. I've just been out for a lovely run up on Slahani, which is that mountain, with Ultra Pup. And I thought that it would be a good day to talk about the 10 essentials as they relate to shorter trail runs. The 10 essentials traditionally have been navigation, sun protection, insulation, illumination, first aid, fire, repair, nutrition, hydration, and shelter. Now these are great things, and there are plenty of YouTube segments out there telling you about them for longer events and for hikes. But how do we apply that to short trail runs? I was out for about 2 hours today. I don't want to carry a full pack with all of these included. So what I went to running with today was this: a sun cap, a waist belt, and a long sleeve sweatshirt. Starting at the top of the list, though, my cell phone was a key piece of equipment today. First of all, it allowed me to check the weather on the Weather Channel app and see that the morning was going to be better conditions than the afternoon. And so I decided to shift my day around to go for an early run rather than a late one. Then, whilst I was out on the trail, my Backcountry Maps app with the GPX files that I've built up and uploaded helped me with navigation. They got me to the start of the trail I wanted to do, and as I was going along new trails which I hadn't been on before, it helped me track my progress and see if I need to backtrack a little to get to the non-obvious trail to the summit, or whether I need to go a little bit further before writing off a possible descent route. Sun protection. This is British Columbia in the spring. We don't need a whole lot of sun protection. So I just had my sun hat, nice floppy brim Arc'teryx visor. Keeps rain, snow, sun out of my eyes, and also my sweat. If I was going to be running extended ridges in the heat of the summer, I might take sunglasses instead, maybe a bit of sun cream, but I felt I didn't need it today. Insulation, once again, we're in the spring, as it's early April as I'm writing this. I knew that it was going to be a short run, only a couple hours, and so my need for insulation was moderated. I knew that even if I twisted my ankle quite badly and I had to crawl back to the car, it would only take me 4 or 5 hours and I'd be back before dark. Anything more severe than that, I'd be calling rescue, and I would also likely be getting off the mountain quite soon. However, a twisted ankle, slow down, you do want some insulation. So a light sweatshirt, it was just a little warmer than ideal for running today, but it would have been great if I needed to stop for an extended period. Illumination is a key item. Even if you are really sure that you are going to make it back before dark, there's always that chance that you're not. Maybe you take a wrong turn, you end up going down the wrong watershed. So once again, you don't completely write off the insulation unless you absolutely know the terrain you're going on. But head lights, this is a little Petzl E-light. It's about 60 lumens, really not what you want to be running with, but it's so light that you'd have it with you, and 60 lumens is a lot better than none. So this is a great emergency light. It's also quite inexpensive, no chance of it turning on accidentally, and it comes with a whistle. Great for attracting attention if you can hear searchers but you're too tired to shout. First aid. Today I went with experience rather than equipment. between my jackets, my cap, my sweatshirt, I felt confident that I'd be able to bandage anything that was likely to happen to me on the trail. You can never pack for everything, so it's a balance. How much weight versus how much safety. Now, blister band-aids, don't bother. If you're a short run like this, you're not going to get a blister that's going to incapacitate you, so you don't have to worry about blister management. Band-aids, if Band-Aid will help, you don't need it to deal with it for a couple hours. Fire, this is, once again, British Columbia in the spring. The chance of being able to start a fire is not good. So for a short run like this, I opted not to bring any sort of fire. Likewise, repair kits and tools. There's nothing that I might want to repair that would need to be repaired in this amount of time. The one thing you might want to consider for both first aid and repair is a roll of duct tape. Take a credit card, wrap 2, 3, 4 meters of duct tape around it lengthwise. It doesn't take up much space, and if you are prone to blisters, it will see you right there, and you can strap your shoe back together. Nutrition. First of all, the most important, for Ultra Pup, some treats, because she's a great dog. And for myself, a little bit of nut butter. This would be enough to keep me going for 6 or 8 hours. I actually ran in a fasted state this morning. I hadn't eaten anything. I didn't consume anything on the trail, but that it comes down to your goals with training and your degree of fat adaptation. Even if you are fat adapted and you're looking for long, low intensity work, it's always a good idea to have a little bit of food. You never know when you might end up out there longer than you expected, or you might come across someone who's bonking, and it's really nice to be able to just give them a little bit of a helping hand. Hydration, and if I was running on a high ridge, I'd have taken a small flask with 200 or 300 milliliters of water. In the heat of summer, I might have taken more. But today, I don't normally drink any 2-hour run. Plus, knowing the terrain, I was going to be crossing multiple streams, so I could have drank straight from the streams all along there. Shelter, little emergency blanket, costs $4 or $5, weighs very little, takes up very little space, and it can make, if you do have to actually stop or you end up getting cold for any reason, you can wrap this around you and it makes a huge difference. Very worthwhile. At the same time, related to insulation and shelter, a rain jacket, if you end up in a cold wind or you get rained on, it can mean the difference between having a great time and a miserable time, or being tolerably miserable or in a really seriously bad way. I carry an InReach DeLorme satellite transceiver. Spot produces a similar device. You can take. I will be writing up a review comparing DeLorme and Spot. I feel that DeLorme is worth the extra money, and particularly with the new partnership with Garmin. If I were to end up in a really bad way, my first and I needed someone to come and help me, first choice would be to use my cell phone, because I can communicate quickly. I can confirm that the response has been initiated, and I can relay more information in a short time. However, if I'm in an area where my cell phone isn't active or my cell phone dies, then this can be an absolute lifeline. Also, if you have someone following you, which is a great idea, someone that's sitting at home that day, you just tell them, hey, Sue, I'm going to be out running for the next few hours. Please just keep an eye open for me. You can then, and you find that you're having a great time, or you take a wrong turn, but you don't need any assistance. You know you can get yourself out. Just send a message. Hey, sir, I'll be home a bit later today. And this brings us back to where we started, the cell phone. You can get a number of apps. I'll be writing a review in the next couple of weeks, comparing some of these apps, which allow people to either follow you so that they can see if you're in trouble or where you are, or you can set up an alert. If you don't make it back by a specific time, you can send a signal for help to friends, family, emergency services. So these are the items I was running with today. Yeah, so be safe out there. You don't have to carry all 10 essentials, but think about all 10 and decide why you're not going to be taking any.